How are you all doing? Brilliant. Okay, Saturday, 24th of July. God, brilliant stuff. Okay, a lot of action going on in Comic Con, but I just wanted to put that out there. There is so much going on. I was decided to join a quick live blog late last night regarding the Superman panel, stuff about the Superman comics and what's yet to come in the Superman comics, and also for Action Comics and anything else to do with the Superman universe. A lot of interesting things is all I can say. But anyway, enough about that. Movie review tonight is about The Karate Kid. Or really, you should call it The Kung Fu Kid, if you know what I mean. This film stars Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan, Jaden being the son of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith as well. His mum and dad were both producers for this movie, and it's obviously a remake of the original from the 1980s that we 80s kids are so familiar with, that starred Ralph Macchio and I've forgotten his name already. I've forgotten his name. Was it Marathi or something like that? Or something like that. But he played Mr. Miyagi and Ralph played Daniel, or Daniel's son. So this particular version, that's been updated. It's been retold in some certain way. But rather than it being karate, it's more kung fu. The one word that I would describe for this film would be emotional. There is a lot of emotion in this movie, and it pretty much is from the word go. It's very emotional. The story is that Jaden plays a young character called Dre Parker, whose mother has transferred from America to China for a job. And so that's basically where they're going to start their new life and everything. Doesn't really go into the whole why they're moving kind of thing, but it's literally within the first 5 minutes they're on the plane and they're off to China. Get to China, and Dre starting his new life. He's trying to fit into school and everything. And the usual stuff you've got. He meets a girl, he likes the girl likes him, complications arise, all that sort of stuff. But the film itself was, I know there's a lot of people who probably didn't like it, but personally for me, I really did enjoy it. I absolutely enjoyed it so much, and I think it was also the chemistry, the relationship between Jackie Chan and Jaden Smith was just absolutely brilliant. Obviously the older version, the 80s version was, there wasn't, I suppose for that film there wasn't emotion, but for this one you can really feel the emotion, the sort of the tension between both characters, as it were. Jaden his character goes to school, and before he goes to school even, he's playing basketball with the new kid that he's met. Not a new kid, but he's the new kid. He's playing basketball, and then he gets into a fight with some of the Chinese kids there, and it turns pretty ugly. But let's just say that from that moment on, things sort of take a dramatic change, because Jackie Chan's character, he's like the maintenance man called Mr. Han, and he's very watchful. He's aware of what Dre is doing and how he behaves, his attitude towards his mum, for example. There's an issue of him picking up the jacket off the floor every time his mum comes home from work. So all that is put into perspective. Mr. Han notices these things and he puts that into perspective, and he uses that in some way. It's like a tool for him to use not against, but for Dre to, practice his kung fu and everything. And the way that he the way that he teaches him is similar to obviously what we had with Mr. Miyagi, and they even pay homage to our little friend, the wax on, wax off as well. It is quite interesting the way how that's done. But a lot of emotion in this film, absolutely lots and lots of emotion. Taraji P. Henson, who plays Jaden's mother, she's crackers. She's funny in this film, but you can feel that she senses that her son is obviously not happy being in China, but she doesn't know what to do about it. As far as she's concerned, they're in China, they're starting a new life. He just has to accept it now. He has to accept it. We get a little side story from Mr. Han, of what's happened in his life, and it is very, very interesting. But things really do pick up from there. As I say, there's the tournament, so he's teaching him how to, defend himself and everything. But as the film goes on, you do get this sense of excitement as well, when the tournament comes as well. And as I say, in some ways it mirrors the original. I don't really want to give quite too much away, even though I pretty much have. I don't know how much I've given away, but as I say, it does mirror the original in so many ways. But as I was walking out the cinema, I heard someone tell their friend that it was better than the original. And I'm sorry, I have to agree, it definitely was. And I think the reason why it's better than the original was because there was a lot more thought process into like the action sequences, the kung fu action and everything, how Jaden was training. There are some comical moments from Jaden. And the other thing I have to say about Jaden is that his character Dre, in some ways, he reminded me so much of how Will Smith behaves in the films. How he's, for some of the characters that Will Smith has played, he's like cocky, arrogant, and, all full of himself. Yeah, Jaden's pretty much the same. So he's his father's son through and through. You notice it. But as I say, it definitely was better than the original as far as I'm concerned, and it fully deserved, I think it was just amazing. I know the Americans have seen it a month ago, so you obviously all know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't seen it, get yourself to the cinema. It's on previews today and tomorrow, and then it's out on general release next Wednesday. So I urge you all to go and see it. It really is amazing. It is very long. It's 2.5 hours or thereabouts. But as the film went on, I didn't really pay much attention to the time because it flowed. As far as I'm concerned, it just flowed right through, and it gets great. So get yourself to see it. Let me know what you think if you have seen it, and I'll see you Wednesday because that's when I'll be doing the A-Team movie review. Yes, I'm going to see the A-Team because there is no plan B. As we say, I love it when a plan comes together.